You ever stop and wonder what it is that some guys just get right? Like, they walk into a room, they say something simple, maybe even just one line, and suddenly the woman in front of them leans in. Her eyes light up. There's a shift. You feel it. She feels it. Everyone does. And you're just sitting there thinking, what the hell did he say? Because it didn't sound magical. It wasn't poetry. It didn't sound like a pickup line. But it worked. And here's the truth. It's not about being slick. It's not about tricking someone into liking you. It's not even about saying something shocking or clever. It's about how you say it. And more importantly, why it matters. To her. Today, we're going to talk about that one thing. That phrase, that energy, that delivery that makes a woman stop in her tracks. Not because she's impressed by some Hollywood-level charisma, but because in that moment she feels seen, understood, safe, intrigued, all at once. And here's where most guys get it wrong. They think being irresistible means having abs like a superhero or having money pouring out of your ears. And sure, those things might get attention, but they don't make her stay. They don't make her chase you. They don't make her crave more of you long after the conversation's over. What does? Presence, intention, and the right words. But not just any words. Words that resonate. Words that make her feel something deep down, sometimes before she can even process why. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Women are listening all the time. Even when you think you're just casually talking, she's picking up everything. Your tone, your confidence, your curiosity, your subtle pauses. She's watching how you treat the waiter. She's noticing if you interrupt her or if you actually take a second before responding, like you're really letting her words land. She notices the little things. And when you say something that cuts through the noise, that makes her feel connected, valuable, and intrigued, you change the whole game. You become the man who doesn't need to chase, because now she wants to come closer. Let me paint a scene for you. You're sitting across from a woman. Maybe it's a date, maybe it's just a moment at a coffee shop. You're not trying too hard. You're relaxed, present. You're asking her questions, sure, but not like a checklist. You're curious. You lean in a little, not to impress, but because you genuinely care about the answer. She says something small, like how she always wanted to travel to Italy because her grandmother used to tell her stories about the streets of Rome when she was a little girl. Now this is the moment. Most guys miss. They nod. They say, "Oh, that's cool," and move on. But not you. You look her in the eye and you say, "That actually says a lot about you." Most people want to travel just for fun or to take photos, but there's something in your eyes. When you talk about it, it's like you're trying to reconnect with something deeper. That's rare. I like that about you. Boom. You didn't compliment her looks. You didn't brag. You didn't try to be smooth. You just saw her. You said something real. And here's the key. You said something she didn't expect, but desperately wanted someone to notice. In that moment, you're not just a guy she's talking to. You're different. You're the one who gets it. The one she'll think about later when she's lying in bed, wondering why it felt so good just to talk to you. This is what most men never learn. The power of recognition, of reflecting back something meaningful. You're not just filling space with words. You're saying something that reaches her. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be deep every second. It just has to be real. Like when you say, "You know what I notice? You've got this calm strength to you." It's like you don't need to be loud to take up space. That's powerful. Try saying that when you really mean it. Watch what happens. Her guard softens. Her smile deepens. She leans in because now you're speaking to her soul, not her ego. This kind of speaking, it's not about manipulation. It's not about playing games. It's about truth. It's about alignment. It's about learning how to speak in a way that makes her feel safe enough to let her walls down. Because she knows you're not just another guy looking for attention. And let me say this too, this doesn't work if you don't believe it. If you don't genuinely see the beauty in people. If you don't care about getting to know her, if you just want a shortcut to affection, it's gonna feel fake. And women are sharp, they'll know. But if you slow down, if you let your presence speak just as loud as your words, then yeah, that's when no woman will resist. Not because she's weak, not because she's desperate, but because in a world full of shallow noise, your voice felt like truth. Sometimes it's not even a compliment that does it. Sometimes it's the way you ask a question no one else has asked, or the way you sit in silence for a moment, letting her words breathe, or even how you share a little about yourself, not to impress her, but to invite her into your world. And when you do say something like, "I'm really enjoying this. I don't feel the need to be anyone else right now," you're not just saying how you feel, you're giving her permission to relax too. And that right there, that's rare, that's irresistible. You don't need cheesy lines. You don't need to memorize scripts. You just need to be awake, aware, attuned, and honest. Because when you look at a woman, not like she's a prize to be won, but like she's a story you're genuinely curious about, you stand out. You move differently. You speak differently. You become the kind of man who doesn't have to chase love, because love naturally gravitates toward him. Think about this. When was the last time you spoke to someone and felt like they were fully there with you? No distractions, no phone checking, no while thinking about something else. Just fully present. It's rare, isn't it? And that's why it matters. When you give a woman that experience, just pure, grounded, non-needy presence, you create an energy that lingers. And when you say something that acknowledges who she really is, not just what she looks like, that's the moment. That's when she starts to feel something shift. That's when she thinks, wait, this feels different. I want more of this. And here's what's wild. Once you understand this, once you start being this kind of, man, it changes everything. Not just your conversations, not just your relationships, but how you walk through the world. Because suddenly, you're not looking for approval. You're not trying to win someone over. You're inviting connection from a place of wholeness. So yeah, there is something you can say that no woman will resist. But it's not a magic sentence. It's not a trick. It's a way of seeing, a way of speaking, a way of being. Next time you're talking to a woman, don't try to be clever. Don't try to impress her. Just see her, and then say the words that reflect what you see. Because when a woman hears something she's never heard before, but has always wanted to, that's when the walls fall. That's when the chase begins. That's when she looks at you not just with interest, but with desire. And that, my friend, is what makes you unforgettable. Thanks for being here today. If this resonated with you, if something in this clicked, hold on to it. Try it. Let it breathe in your next conversation. And remember, real power doesn't shout. It listens. It speaks softly. And when it does speak, it says what matters. Because that's what no woman can resist.